squad are after the other night?
Yeah, Lukaku is training with the team this morning. If the answer is positive, and we have, of course, one more session tomorrow. If the answer is positive, he's ready. But in this moment, I can only say that he trains with the team. I don't know his answer.
Over the last couple of years, we've asked you about the significance of the derby. I think you've said it's just another big game. I'm just wondering, with the events of last season, you know, one of the best performances coming back from 2-0 to 3-2, showed you how special this game can be.
Yeah, I don't think it's special because of what happened last season. It's special because he's a Manchester derby, and it means what it means. But you know.
You've gone toe-to-toe with Chelsea and Juventus. You talked about that in the week and the two performances. Can you afford to go toe-to-toe with City when they've scored 12 goals in 2 games?
We are going to try. I cannot say we are going to be successful in our motivations, in our desire. But we played 2 difficult matches away against 2 very good teams, Chelsea and Juventus, and we managed to get good results. And even if the good results were not in our pocket, the performances were there, the positive attitude was there. So we are going to try. But you are right, Manchester City is a very powerful team.
Jose, a lot's been said about Manchester City this week. Do you feel as though you're operating on a fair playing field in the Premier League at the moment?
Yeah, it's difficult for me to answer because I focus on my job. I focus on the 4 lines, focus on football. If you want to speak about their football potential, we can speak, and football potential starts with investment. After that, of course, there is the quality of the work and the quality of the organization, and I think that is untouchable. But what is behind, I cannot say. But in this moment, I have only to think about football, and to think about football is just to think as Manchester City, as a football team they are.
Jose, last season you came back obviously to win and prevent City winning the league on that day. And this season comebacks have been a bit of a feature, particularly the last couple of games, obviously the Newcastle game as well. Why is that? Why is it that United are finding a way to win late?
We can go to the other side. Why we always concede before the opponent? If you want to go in a positive way, it's easy to feel that we are not a team that gives up. We are a team that always find a way to fight back. Sometimes changing results, other times not. But we are a team that has that collective spirit to fight back. But it's not always possible. So if we keep conceding goals before the opponent, will arrive the day where we cannot come back. So we have to make sure that we grow up, not just in our approach, because that I think is clear that the team is growing up, but we have to grow up also in our compactness and to start matches well, which I have to say against Juventus it happened. Against Juventus we conceded the goal minute 60 or something like that, and we had a good start. I would even say that in the first 15-20 minutes we were totally in control.
Jose, if you beat Manchester City, the gap to them will be 6 points. Will that be the message to your players? Beating them, we're back in the title race, basically.
If we drew is 9 and if we lose is 12, I don't think is the way to look at the match. I think we have to think just about the match. The match is difficult enough by being an isolated event. If you want to put that match into the context of where we are, where we can be, then becomes even more difficult. So I just want to play the match as an isolated event, difficult match against a very difficult team. But I don't think they think is an easy match for them.
Okay, last question.
Before the last derby, Pep claimed that he'd been offered Paul Pogba in the loan window, I think. Does that prove, and that was a clear attempt to obviously destabilise you and your players before such a huge game, does that prove that you're still one of the few managers that can get under his skin, that he has to do that kind of thing?
Before that match, I didn't even knew about that. I don't